the 5x1 flat rib stitch pattern. Hi, I'm Kristen and welcome back to my channel, Studio Knit. The 5x1 flat rib stitch pattern has 5 wide stitches of stockinette separated by one narrow rib running vertically. This is a 2-row repeat stitch pattern. It is an easy level project because we are just using a simple combination of knit and purl techniques. As you can see, it is not a reversible pattern because the right side, the front side of our work, is the one that has the pattern. The wrong side, the back of our work, does not have the 5x1 rib stitch pattern. This is a great choice if you would like to add a colorful vertical stripe up your knitting work. I have a separate video that shows you exactly how to do so. And for this technique, we're actually using a crochet needle. I have a link to that video in the description below, along with all of the knitting techniques and materials I'm using. Oh, and this is a right-handed technique video. If you'd like to see the left-handed version, I have a link down below. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please like up this video and make sure you subscribe to Studio Knit. I'm often asked how to achieve the same look as I have in the video for my knitting swatches. I wet block. I just wet each side and pin it to my blocking board and let it sit overnight. And it's just amazing how blocking can make your knitted piece just look and feel so perfect. I also like adding a garter stitch border to all sides. So on the bottom, I like to do just 2 knit rows, and on either side, I do 2 knit stitches. And that gives me this really simple border if you'd like to do that. For the written pattern, you can find it totally for free and printable over on my website, Studio Knit. It's also included in my Knit Stitch pattern book, available both in printed format as well as an online ebook. And when we open it up, you'll see that because it's a 2-row repeat, it's in the very first section right here. On its page, we have a full color photo along with the cast on, the knitting chart, and instructions to knit both flat and in the round. For your knitting materials, feel free to use any size yarn along with appropriately sized knitting needles, scissors, and a tapestry needle. Cast on in multiples of 6. I'm doing an optional 5 at the very end, and I'll show you the reason why is because for this pattern repeat, it ends with the rib. So if you'd like to have 5 stitches of stockinette at the end of the pattern, then add those additional 5 stitches onto your needle. For row 1, we begin with our repeat of K5 P1. So K5 is knitting 5. So we begin by knitting 5 stitches. Now this is the pattern repeat for the 5x1 flat rib stitch. If you wanted to add the garter, you would start with 2 rows of just knitting and then add 2 knit stitches at the beginning and 2 at the end. After you do the 5 knit stitches, then you bring your yarn to the front to finish with the purl one. Super simple. This is essentially just like the stockinette stitch, except we're adding that little purl stitch to give us that vertical texture running up our work. And continue the pattern between the asterisks, that's those little stars up there that you see in the pattern, with knitting 5 stitches and then bringing your yarn to the front and purling 1 stitch. Now, if you decided that you wanted to add those 5 stitches of stockinette at the end of this pattern, then you would knit those last 5 stitches. And now turning our work, we are going to begin by purling 5 stitches. Now this is the optional version. If you want your work that lies flat to finish with those 5 stitches in the stockinette. Otherwise, you can just begin with the stitch repeat, which is between those asterisks, those little stars, and that is knitting 1 stitch. This is that vertical line of texture, and purling 5 stitches. And we are repeating this pattern all the way down the row, K1, P5, which is knit 1, purl 5, all the way down the row. Then repeat rows 1 and 2 until your knitted work is the length that you desire. I hope you are inspired to give the 5x1 flat rib stitch pattern a try. Thank you so much for joining me here at Studio Knit. Please check out my knit stitch pattern book. It's both in print and ebook format. I have lots of knit stitch patterns as well, and I will see you here next time. Bye.